Hey guys, it's D.I.D. Choi, and today I have a very exciting video that I was not planning to film, but I received an email from Sample Modeling. I'm sure if you guys are Sample Modeling owners, then you guys would have too. And they just released this challenge where they recorded a real string quartet and a MIDI string quartet using Sample Modeling solo strings, I'm assuming. And basically they're asking, can you hear the difference? My initial thoughts were, of course I can hear the difference. It's going to be
super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Oftentimes the dead giveaway with a real performance and a mock-up is the ambience. Of course the performance itself too, but I'm just going to assume that they made the performance like as perfect as they can. Sometimes there's going to be sounds in a real recording from actual people shuffling around. Something might hit their instrument, like if they're playing strings, sometimes the way they hit their bow against the string, it just creates different types of sounds. And of course, making a sample library that was recorded in one space match the sound of something that was recorded in a different space is always going to be difficult. But sample modeling is recorded in a anechoic kind of timbre. And I'm not an owner of sample modeling strings. I only own the brass, which means I don't really know what they sound like apart from the demos that I've heard a few years ago when I decided not to buy it. I know that they provide IRs against their dry recording so you can get a sound. I'm gonna guess that maybe for this they might have even created custom IRs using the actual space and maybe even the actual mics that they use to record. If that is the case, then the ambience is gonna be a perfect match, which is gonna make this a lot more challenging. There's gonna be fades in between each cut. They say that there's 7 cuts in the video and the video is only like a minute long or something. I'm very excited. I'm gonna assume that they made it really challenging. Otherwise they wouldn't do this, right? Of course people are going to hire a real string quartet versus using sampled strings, or modeled strings in this case even, but especially for solo strings, I've never heard any mock-up come close. So this is going to be very interesting. Alright, here we go. Is that real? Okay, I think that's real. Alright, here we go. Hold on. Pause. Okay, so they use the marker sound quite a bit, and a way of making IRs is with the slate. So I think they might have used IRs. Anyways, let's back up and listen to this again. I think I heard a shift just there. There's a point where you could hear like the cellist, they kind of hit their instrument, you could hear the bow noise. That's definitely real. I don't think that's sampled. But then suddenly the sound kind of got a little bit thinner just there. I'm going to close my eyes for most of this because the visuals are going to play tricks on your mind. I can guarantee that. What? Hold on. What the? Did you guys hear a difference? Oh, that was a lot harder than I expected. I think every time you hear that cellist hit the bow just right, I'm pretty sure every time that happens, that is definitely real. But you can barely hear the seams where it changes. Like, did you guys count 7 changes? Because I don't think I caught those 7 changes at all. This is difficult, and kudos to sample modeling. Great job on the mock-up and matching the ambience and just this video in general. And your instruments, of course. Wow. I'm pretty sure there was a difference in places. I don't know if I can catch every single one, but there were parts where I noticed that the ensemble kind of resonated as a whole. You can kind of hear one instrument resonating against the other instrument, and they kind of like create this symbiotic resonance thing within the room. And when it shifted to sample modeling, or when I think it shifted to sample modeling, that kind of resonance kind of disappeared, making the sound a tiny bit thinner, but they really compensated well with like IRs and EQs and whatnot. Okay, I'm just gonna play it again, and I'm gonna try to guess when I think it changed. This is hard. A lot harder than I expected. Okay, I'm gonna keep the cursor here so we can keep the time code. Shift. Real. Fake. Fake. Which means there was a real. Real. How many times did I change my answer? Oh god. There are certain points I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure I know where the change was. But other points, I'm like, okay, I hear fake stuff. And then I hear more fake stuff. Which means there must have been something in between. Oh. Very interesting. They're giving out a prize or something for the people that guess it right. They're picking 3 winners and they get to choose a sample modeling product of their choice. Now, I'm guessing this video is going to come out pretty late. I don't want to give away my answers and kind of bias your opinions when you're trying to enter into this thing. So I'm guessing this will come out the day after this competition ends or whatever. But this is mind-blowing. I did not expect this to be this difficult. So I think the next step for sample modeling is to create some kind of algorithm that listens to other instruments and creates some kind of sympathetic resonance or something. And then maybe some algorithms to add random bits of noise like that cello bow hit. Honestly, with the right IRs and the right mix and the right programming, it's so hard to tell the difference. Now, they would have chosen a piece that really complements their samples. It's not like they just chose any random piece. Certain articulations and certain kinds of styles of playing are going to work better on their instrument than other pieces. So if they did this with any other random piece, like if I chose a random piece for them to do this with, I feel like they could struggle with it. But that's also the beauty of sample modeling strings, is that it's so flexible. There's so many parameters that you can customize and automate. And because it's recorded completely dry, technically you can put it in any space. Although I've talked about the weakness of IRs before on this channel, especially with sample modeling brass. But with the right IR in the right space, using the top reverbs like Altiverb and stuff, I honestly can't tell you for sure where the changes are, or if I can even be 100% correct. Well, good thing I am not a performer and I'm a composer. Yay! And sorry to all my performer instrumentalist friends out there. At this rate, no. You can never beat human emotion and humans playing in a room together. You can never beat that. But if I don't have money, or the production doesn't have money, and I need to do something like that, then, it's starting to sound like samples are going to be a lot more... I keep saying samples, but this is modeling technology. Sample modeling technology is going to start taking over a lot more. I mean, even right now, like half the TV shows or more, like all the TV shows you're watching are going to be 90% virtual instruments and like, a tiny percent recorded solo instruments and stuff. But, whew! Anyways, I hope you guys have seen this and entered in and talked about your choices. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to hear what everyone else is thinking and where you guys are hearing shifts, whether you think sample modeling sounds similar at all to the string quartet, or if I just have really bad ears right now. I mean, I'm listening on headphones. These are the Biodynamic DT770s. I can tell that there's shifts, but I can't pinpoint them all. So. This has been D.I.D. Choi, and I'll see you in the next one.